Hi, welcome to Eddie's Research. So as anyone knows who have watched or read my research stuff, I like to look at all sorts of things. Not always the in the news today stuff, obviously. This is obviously an example here that I've on the screen here of the train fire. It's not something that just happened like yesterday. And if I do look at different things that others don't seem to look at, it takes me to new bits of research. This may be a dead duck, as in I can't find anything on it, but hey, if we were to go and look at everything from face value, those people wrongly convicted would never get out. Trials are a waste of time, etc, etc. But this isn't that kind of thing. No, this is one of those that you watch and think, is that real? So we're going to look at an article or video first under YouTube under the title "Youth Pulls Knife During South London Street Fight." So here it is. There's the link, Daily Mail. I'll put out music volume on and we'll watch. It's only a minute 32 seconds long. So the description is, it says, terrifying footage captures the moment a youth on a bike pulls a large knife on a motorist in broad daylight during the middle of the day. The footage shows two men exiting a black Volkswagen in Streatham, London on October the 18th before an argument occurs with two youths on bicycles in the middle of the road, and one of the cyclists pulls out a large knife. The incident follows the release of new figures showing that the number of murders in the UK has soared by 14% and knife crime by 12%. Obviously it's 5 years ago, so it's then. So it's an old video. 19th of October 2018. So terrifying footage captures the moment a bike pulls a large knife on a motorist in broad daylight. Really? Did you just watch the video? The same video I just watched? Youth on a bike pulls a large knife on a motorist. Well, the motorist never got out of the car. It was the front and back passenger. So there's the snapshot. So if you're from the UK, you'll know what I mean. So this is the driver's side, because we drive on the left. So that's the driver. That's the passenger here. That's not the driver. The driver would be this person here, but you know that, but it's not the driver because he drives forward a bit later on. So the driver never got out of the car. And there's the back passenger getting out. So the description is wrong, incorrect. So it says, what does it say? Telephone footage shows a youth shows two men exiting the back before an argument occurs with two youths. So a large knife on a motorist. No, the motorist is the driver, not these two. Next bits, which are linked really. Moment a youth on a bike pulls a large knife, and two youths on bicycles in the middle of the road, and one of the cyclists pulls out a large knife. Well, yeah, there is a cyclist. We can see it in the above picture just there, and then you can see it here. I've just highlighted it a bit more there. And then a bit later on, we see the second bike, which is just here. There's the two cyclists. So if you can see, what happens is that the guy in the grey puts his bike down first. Mouse there, this one here, and then the one in black goes past. Now, after the altercation, the guy in black picks up the grey's bike and vice versa. That can probably confuse some people at first glance. It's like, well, it's obviously him. It's like, no, he's picked his bike up. Now, how do we know it's the same guy in black that pulled the knife? Because there it is. It's the same rucksack. So can we verify any of this? Well, we do have an article to look at. So here it is. Terrifying moment. Thug. I love the wording. Don't get me wrong. I understand things, but they have to use the word thug. We notice in a lot of things lately you're a thug, which is understandable. But you label everyone as a thug. A thug pulls a giant knife on a motorist during daylight row in South London. Right. But again, it says the cyclist pulls a knife to the motorist who pulls over, and this is where it all starts. But we see none of that, just the latter part. All we see is this bit. We don't see him pulling the knife out on the motorist. Surely what is needed to justify the whole thing, we need to see the whole thing. For all we know, the motorist may have a knife and pulled it out on the cyclist, for all we know. We don't know. Now it says it's at Greyhound Lane. Where does it say that now? It just says it was at Greyhound Lane. I read it somewhere. Now I can't bloody find it. It's always the case. I think it might be further up. What does it say in the actual description? It's actually just here. They chased the motorist at 4 PM on Greyhound Lane. And it says also here, you can look in the video itself, it says Greyhound Lane. Or somewhere it says Greyhound Lane. Oh, the video, sorry. The video here says it's Greyhound Lane. There, Greyhound Lane. So, but the actual street where the car pulled in wasn't. This was confusing. So this is Greyhound Lane. Yeah, this is the camera, the date, Greyhound Lane. So it's looking this way. So you would assume that the camera is looking on Greyhound Lane. But it's not. Now I have actually found the original. There's not much to see after the 1 minute and 32-second cutoff. The original is about an extra 5 seconds long, so I'll show you that one. Here it is. It used Flare. It's the original one. I don't know if there's any audio. I'll click play. There's the grey bike falling down. There's the Two guys in the car. There's the black guy. The rucksack. The grey guy on his own, or the black guy's bike. And now the black guy getting up onto the grey guy's bike. And then there's a random guy up here from nowhere. Okay. So it's not the side road, but the main road. So this is Greyhound Lane. This here. This is Rotherhill Avenue. So the camera's facing Greyhound Lane. So the altercation there was on Greyhound Lane. So that's kind of correct. That part is correct. Now there's not much else to go on. Like I said, it's a small bit of research. There's not much to it, to be honest. There's no camera facing this way, which is a bit annoying because that's where it all kicks off. But the article clearly says the driver was threatened with a knife. But as we see from the video, well on YouTube and the original, we never saw any of this. All we saw was the bit after. But like I said about anything, always, if you have the time or energy, look deeper. Like I said, this can be for any alternative views, not just mainstream. It doesn't mean it's right. This is the thing, it's just because it's mainstream doesn't mean that it's always correct. And if somebody from the alternative media, let's call it alternative media, said, oh well this is fake because of this is why it is, or this is true because of that, don't just assume just because your favourite YouTuber has said it's true because I've told you and you go, oh it must be true. Research it yourself. Whatever it is, don't take their word for it. Look into it. You know, whatever they've done to find out what it is that they found, you can do the exact same, well, apart from knocking on doors and stuff. So like I say, it all happened here. There was no cameras here. This is obviously Google Maps, but there's no cameras there viewing this. The motorist was down here. The driver, it was something that happened back here with the motorist, I'm assuming, and the cyclist. We don't know, allegedly. The cyclist and the motorist down here. We don't know. There was no camera footage. You would have thought that maybe the Daily Mail would have checked to see if there was any footage from any other, you know, there's a business here. Maybe they would have checked there. Maybe they would have checked. There was none. So we have no idea what happened. No idea. We don't know who it was, why they brought him out. For all we know, it could just been a joke thing. We don't know. It's just, you just don't know. So don't assume anything just because you've seen it on a video. Always research a little bit deeper if you can. Obviously, I've said before, if you were to do this for every news article that you see, you'd never ever do anything because you're too busy researching the same article you've just seen and then go, oh yeah, it's true. Oh, hang on, that's old. Actually, it's 2 years old now. So, anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed watching this small little video. It's like I say, it's small. I have other ones in the pipeline. I've got some newer ones eventually, but I'm trying to just pick up different things that not everybody looks at. It's just something interesting, you know. Okay, well, thank you and goodbye.